Jai Hind everyone. My name is Aman Gupta and I am working here as an assistant professor in MCA department. Today I am going to discuss cybersecurity KCA A01. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss today. That is developing secure information system and what are the needs of securing the information system. Information system development, secure information system, and how this security will be implemented at the different levels, means at the initial phase, development phase. When we develop an information system, then security is to be introduced or implemented at different phases of the development of SDLC, means software development system. Now, first of all, the question is, what is the need of security measures that need to be implemented on the information system? So, as we know that in today's world, everything is dependent upon the information system, and everything is, our information, our personal information is available on social media. We post our photos, we post, if we talk about social media, then all the information of any organization is essential to protect that data for any organization. So, and if we talk about an internal organization data, so for an organization it is also very important to secure their assets from any type of disruption or data loss. So, secure your assets from stealing, destruction and disaster. It is the main need to secure our data. Okay. Now, what is the solution for this? Solution for this is to design the secure information system. When we taken some security measures and implement at different levels, when we develop our software or program, then it will be easy for us to, or for an organization to protect our data or our assets from being stealing or from the destruction. Now, this is the information system development. So, an information system goes from different type of phases, from initial phase, from conception to implementation. Means there are certain type of steps that needs to be followed when we are working upon some software. So, that is called information system goes through a series of phases from conception to the implementation phase. And what is this process is called? This process is called the software development life cycle. That is called the software development life cycle, that is SDLC. So, it is used to facilitate the development of a large software product in a systematic way. If we want, we can develop a software in a rough manner. We can start developing a software. We got a software and we can start developing a software. But the right way to do the to that task is to do that in a systematic way. Okay, systematic, well-defined and cost-effective way. So, when we talk about software development life cycle, there are a certain number of steps that we need to follow before start working upon any type of software. So, these are the some SDLC phases, like first of all, feasibility study, then requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, integration, system testing and maintenance. So, first step for this is, I am not mentioning here, first step is first of all feasibility study. So, when we got a software, then first of all it is necessary that we know that it is feasible to make that software or not. The requirements of operating system, the system, server requirement, client requirement, this type of, or what will be the cost of that software, what will be the deadline. So, all things to be taken care, and we have a feasibility study of that software, so that we can conclude that can we make that software or not. So this study will tell us that is it okay to have start making this software or not. So first step of SDLC phase is the feasibility study. Now next step is requirement analysis and specification. That is called the requirement gathering. When we start developing a software, it is important that all type of data and information has to be collectively available to us. So in this step, all the required information has been collected from client or database or the from the end user. So all the data is gathered and then analyzed according to the requirement. Now the next step is design. In this step, it will include the database design, what type of tables in this, we have what type of tables, functions, database structure is defined in declared in this design phase, and what type of classes, interfaces that we are going to use in our software. All these things have been worked upon in this phase that is called the design phase. Now the next phase is coding and unit testing. In the coding, this step is also called the implementation stage or implementation phase. In this phase, all the classes, interfaces that we have declared in design phase are implemented in this phase. We give body to that blocks, that declarations, and we implement all the functionalities to our software in this phase. Now next one is integration and system testing. In this, all the modules that we have built has to be integrated at one place, and then collective testing has been taken place. Now the next phase is maintenance phase. In this phase, all the check when a particular website or particular software has been deployed on the server or the client to machine, then it would be checked that it will work in a right manner, in a proper way or not. So it would checked in the maintenance phase. Now secure information system development. We have different type of phases in which we can make our information system secure. So first step is initial phase. So this phase consists of security level and initial risk assessment. It is very much required that security will be implemented at every step of when we develop information system. Security will be implemented at every step. So it consists of a classification of security level and the initial risk assessment, and this can be of any type, that is low, moderate and high. So all these things have been taken care at this stage that is called the initial phase. Next is development phase. Risks are identified and then analyzed. In this stage, in this phase, all the risks are identified, and then how can we assess or analyze that risk, that how they can impact our information system. Now next step is implementation phase. So this phase contains the inspection and integration, certification and the accreditation. All these things have happened in that implementation phase. Operation and maintenance phase. It requires continuous inspection, integration, certification and accreditation. At this phase, all these things are continuous in a all these things are monitoring in a continuous manner. This next is disposition phase. This phase is related to the preservation of the information. So it also ensures the deleting, erasing and writing of data on the storage media. What data is important to us and to what extent, to what time it will be required by us. So it can be determined in this disposition phase that what data has to be deleted, what data has to be, we need to keep that data in our storage devices or not, or we have to delete it from the system. Now there are some important parameters to be taken care while developing a secure information system. So there are some important parameters we can define in step 1 is identification and planning, followed by improvement of risk are important processes developing a secure information system. So when we talk about risk, so it is important that at very first step we need to identify all the risk and what planning we need to be follow to get identified and assessed that risk is very important, that need to be done in very first step. Now step 2 is to manage risk properly. So for this there is a important to find a balance between the different processes that include protecting organization and assets, cost incurred in applying security controls, and in formulation strategies for round the clock security during the entire system life cycle. Now finally, to secure information system are developed by integrating risk analysis and management activities at the start of SDLC and continuing throughout. So it is a process that we need to analyze our information system at every step. At every step we need to check that the security will be checked at every phase. So security can be integrated into any of these phases. We can integrate our security checks to one of the phases of all the phases, or it is very important, or we can say ideal to have these security countermeasures or to check the risks and assess that risk, identify the risk in every cycle or in every phase of the SDLC. In most organizations that use a variant of waterfall model, security is included with the toll gate style, often at the end of each phase before moving to the next one. Means if this is a step that this is the coding, then when we move to the next phase, that is called the deployment. So the testing will be done at this time when we exit from that step and entering into the next phase. Now we can see from that this is the Federation Information Security Management Act. In this we have FISMA, that is called Federal Information Security Management, IT Alignment Planning, IS Architecture, and this all have this risk based finding requirement. Financial management, risk management, that is all the important part of that act. Now we can see that how to secure SDLC at different phases. First of all, requirement. If we talk about requirement, determine security needs and determine privacy needs. It has been done at the phase of requirement. Now next is design. In design phase, model threats and review security plans. Develop a software by using that using SDLC or at design at the same time when we are designing our software, that is a database design, or we are classify our classes or interfaces. These things also to be implemented, that is model all the threats and review security plans. Now next is implementation phase. In this phase, it is important to perform security analysis on code, have colleagues review code. Now next phase is testing. In this, run security test cases and perform dynamic analysis. Now next is deployment. In this, review security status, monitor application security, develop response plan. And then in the maintenance phase, continually monitor application security and update as needed and utilize the response plan as needed. Now let's start with initial phase. So how can we integrate security at the initial phase? So initial phase is where the decision is taken to develop a system. So initial phase is where when we do a feasibility study, a check that can a software should be made or not. So in this phase, security consideration primarily involves business risk related to the confidentiality, integrity and availability. So this type of checks, all these things have been checked at the initial phase. So security is looked at more in terms of business risks with input from the information security office. This phase include initiating project security planning processes, assessing the business impact of an activity. So there are some key security activities that have been involved in initial phase. So security must be implemented from initial phase of business requirement, which ensures the confidentiality, integrity and the availability of data. That is called the CIA triads of information security. Now next is to define the threats and possible security constraints for the business. It has been done in the initial phase. These are the important tasks that has to be done in the initial phase of secure information system. Now next is determination of information categorization and of any privacy requirement. These all things have been done in the initial phase. We can understand this by this diagram, that at the initial phase, decision to initial system development first of all, then how to initiate security planning, supporting documents. It can result into these outputs, that is the supporting documents as common understanding of security expectation, what privacy impact assessment. Now this project planning will result in category information system, and which is ensured that secure system development have been done or not. It can impact assess the business impact, and which gives the linkage to business drivers, core system component and initial recovery time and point objectives. These are the control gates, that is determine acquisition strategy, financial review, risk management and system concept review. This type of control gates have been used. So, and after all these steps, it has been decided that begin to development or move on to the next phase. Next phase is the development phase, and primary security activities at development stage includes risk assessment, security control selection and the documentation part. So at that point, at the time of development phase, security architecture design preparation, security control development and security documentation and development. All these things have been done at the development phase. Conduct the risk assessment and use the results to supplement the baseline security controls. So these are the key elements when we talk about development phase. These are the key elements, that is first of all analyze security requirements, perform functional and security testing, prepare initial documentation and accreditation, and design the security architecture. So these are the steps that we have to understand, or we have to be taken care when we are talking about key elements of the development phase. So this is the diagram for development phase. Decision to begin development phase, and then assess risk, and this will output in the risk assessment. Select and document security control, design security architecture, security and develop controls, and this will result in documenting in place security control specification, list of variations and potential test scenarios. all this we will get this output, system security plan, this output, and test results and implementation implications. So that is why these are the control gates: architecture design review, functional test review, and mid project status and financial review. All these reviews have been taken place in at that development phase before moving on to next phase. And after all these things have been checked, we will move on to the next phase, that is called the implementation phase. Implementation phase is the third phase of SDLC, and in this phase the system will be installed and evaluated in the organization's operational environment. Now these are the key security activities, that is to integrate the information system into the organization environment, plan and conduct system certification, activities in synchronization with testing of security controls, and complete system accreditation activities. This is the diagram for implementation phase, that is when we decide to go through the assessment phase or implementation phase. We need to create detailed plan for CA, integrate security into environment system, assess system security, and authorize information system. That will give us the initial work plan, security authorization package, and then we also get the verified list of operational security controls, security assessment report, security authorization package. All these things have we get from the implementation phase. And these are the control gates, that is system test readiness review, CA review, final project status, and financial review. All these things have been done at the implementation phase before going through the next phase, that is the maintenance phase. So at maintenance phase, systems are in place and operating enhancement or modification to the system developed and tested, and hardware or software is added, replaced. If there is a need to change that any type of hardware or software, that has to be done in that maintenance phase. Operational system is periodically assessed to determine how the system can be made more effective, secure, and efficient. So operations continue as long as the system can be effectively adapted to respond to an organization needs while maintaining agreed upon risk levels. So there are some key security activities which have been done, which needs to be done at maintenance phase, that is conducting operational readiness review, manage the configuration of the system, institute processes and procedures for assured operations and continuous monitoring of the information systems, security controls, and to perform the reauthorization as required. These things are done at at maintenance phase to check whether our system is working fine or working properly or not. So this is the diagram. First of all, decision to begin operation at maintenance phase. Now review operational readiness. We are ready to work upon any type of software, perform configuration management control, and it will give CCB decision, updated security documentation, evaluation of security implication due to changes, and it will also have continuous monitoring on the system that any type of hardware or software needs rise or not. This will give POAM review, documented result of continuous monitoring through the different type of, that is operational readiness review, authorization decision, change control board, and POAM review. This will result to decision to begin the disposal phase. After this maintenance phase, there is another phase, that is called the disposal phase. So this is the last and final stage in the SDLC, that is called the disposal phase, and this is the final stage in the SDLC, and it is where the legacy systems are replaced by the newer system. Any type of data that is not no longer required has to be deleted from the system, and this will be done at this disposal phase. So that's all for today. Thank you.